The story begin in Japan 1970, the fierce battle of monsters and human Akira, they fighting to defeat a high-class monsters, but no matter what they do, their attack is no effect to the monsters, now they lost their hope and think that this is the end, but suddenly a high-class magician the famous Ichikami Minato the strongest mage saved them, and said to them that they done well, now they hopes back once as again and they're thankful that they are saved, while Ichikami Minato say all of you guys retreat leave everything to me, now all of them retreating now, and one of them asked to his comrades, can we really run away and leave that man behind? And the respond of the guy you dambus don't you know who is that man he is the founder of magician the strongest mage, so that man is the famous Ichikami Minato, that's right he is the person standing right there, now Ichikami Minato facing all of the monsters, while he facing the monsters, the backstory shown when it started, one day, all across the world a large number of monsters suddenly began to appear, this event known as the Calamity, humanity weapon were entirely ineffective against the monsters, however humanity began opening their eyes to the possibilities of magic become the one and only thing capable of defeating monsters, the battle between monsters and humanity continued for over a decade, now back to the present, for the first, and most powerful mage Ichikami Minato the only one who could save the world. Now he facing a demon god a top rank monsters the boss of the Calamity with enormous magic power and pressure and cut up body. Now the monster's using his full power to attack him, but he block it, and the monster suddenly use 6 elements compound magic, now he was trying blocking it, but the attack is so powerful that give him a damaged, and say that this demon god is so powerful that he cannot win with this time, so he have no choice to use a powerful magic that can reach 15 circles, now he use 15 rancor innocent void to attack the monster and the monster defeated in a dust, while he defeat the demon god and the Calamity can finally end. But because he used all of his power he is dying and say dying is a great sage it's not a bad way to go out and he eved a good life, because he is the prodigy he give another chance to live, now his soul possessed Kusanagi Minato body, and he can't believe that he is alive even though he used up all of his power, and he look himself in the mirror and he shocked that this body is not him, while he is staring to his new body, the doctor came in to check his body, while the doctor checking his body he can't believe that after you lost consciousness and went into critical condition due to the traffic accident, but you are already completely healed, and say that it's like you were healed by holy magic, while he thinking what the doctor say, well it's automatically healed because of my holy magic, but he dining remember anything about traffic accident, and say to the doctor if his power is depleted, and the doctor respond what power, what do mean, and he telling the story on happened to him during the Calamity, when he was fighting the monsters. And the doctor say could you tell me your name and the current year, he say that he is Ichikami Minato and this is 1970 right, while the doctor saw it's a sequela and after effects of disease and injury, but it's look like a case of memory impairment and say your name is Kusanagi Minato and the year is 2022, he cannot believe what the doctor say, and he while looking around in his surrounding he see things that he never seen before and is this the future, while the doctor said that the Calamity you mentioned occurred 50 years ago and hasn't appeared since, and he say then what about the monsters, the doctor say there are monsters, but they aren't many and it's very peaceful, and he think that if that true, then the world achieved a peace, and he is very thankful, but the doctor say that Ichikami Minato in the great Calamity years ago he sacrificed himself to save the world, that's why you're not Ichikami, while at that time he thinking what happened after he died and think that he reincarnated into Kusanagi Minato and say how, after that some weeks later, at the boarding of Kusanagi Minato, he say so this is the room of Kusanagi, and his parents passed away when he was a child and kicked out by his foster parents and sent to boarding school and since then, he has been getting by with his parents' inheritance, and he say while lying down in the bed, thinking that there is no such a thing as reincarnation in magic so my reincarnation was a walk of God he think, or it was all by a chance, and see the ID of Kusanagi and currently studying in Kamui Magic Academy, while he interrupt when someone calling him, but he don't know what he should do so he throw it away, and a message that shown, now in the Kamui Magic Academy, and he said going to school as an adult his heart is pumping, and this is great but, he see guy using magic, and what the hell is that magic power, that's why he's so disappointed on what he see, he couldn't believe that compared to a newbie on his time have a 10th magic power, and he say that can that guy succeed becoming a magician, and walk away and thinking that the magic declined so much at this rate, now on the 2A room. He sit to his chair and he is excited and say if he have friend there, but 3 bullies appear and one of them say that this fucker ignoring my text, Kusanagi say who are you, but Tadano get angry like that and trying to kick Kusanagi, but Kusanagi avoid it, Tadano say you dare to forget me you piece of trash and pointed him, now Kusanagi remember now his is the one who calling him, and say you're friends of mine, And the Tadano say now you finally remember you spaz, and you know what being friend means right, and respond that's great then let get along. The guy shock and say no not that give me your money and hurry up and hand it over to us, while Kusanagi say you have a plenty left in your parents' inheritance now he know Kusanagi was being bullying, but Tadano said that don't get so full of yourself and trying to him a punch, and suddenly a beautiful girl interrupt them in the stop on what he is doing, and said to Kusanagi don't forget it loser. Now the classes is started, the teacher is discussing about the great calamity in 1970, the great sage Ichikami Minato that sacrificed himself to an end, that the monsters appears all over the world and the humanity despaired, but the pioneer of magic called the great sage Ichikami Minato, are different he didn't give up, and defeated all the monsters by himself, and at last he confronted the boss Calamity the demon god, and risked his own life to save the world. Since then the Calamity has never returned. Now the teacher asked a question who exactly was Ichikami Minato. The beautiful girl rise his and say that the only survivor of first Calamity and the first magician and the reason why Kamui Magic Academy was built. And the hero of the world and an idol of every magician, said that's correct and he is the first survivor and first human use magic and because of that Kusanagi embracing at that time hearing flatter word about him, and think what the doctor said to him that word is at the peace, it is because magician become a weak, and realize that this world is not bad and peaceful, now that their class is end and the teacher give an assessment that they gonna use magic tomorrow. Now Tadano come up, trying to insulting Kusanagi that he will be seeing how dogshit your magic power, while Kusanagi ignoring him, but when he say the name of Kusanagi parents, Kusanagi say you fucking bastard, at that simple word of him, Tadano get angry and using his magic, and his classmate is trying to stop because he using magic in the classroom, but he doesn't care what his classmate said and released his magic to Kusanagi, but Kusanagi he seems so relaxed and staring at him, now he is hit by the magic, but the magic no effect on him, because the magic this world low class and you he is a great sage Ichikami Minato, that's why he doesn't affect him. Now all of the shock they can't believe Kusanagi is unscathed after taking Tadano magic head on, while Kusanagi thinking that tolerate all of what he say because his child, but now Kusanagi can't tolerate it and he wants to give him a punishment, he use magic stop everyone to not moving, and all them can't understand what is happening, now he walk in through Tadano to give him a punishment, but there was a teacher who appeared and saying that what is happening there was sound like someone is using a magic and want to know what is happening, but Kusanagi say that there was nothing happened and maybe someone using magic in outside, but the teacher not believing him because there is no magic club activity happening in the school grounds and impossible to a student used a magic of this department as he wishes, so he say that some of magician around keen using their magic, like the smoke in the outside, the teacher believing what Kusanagi said and he want to find the true culprit and the rest of you back to your seat, while Kusanagi is happy, and thinking that he maybe create a false evidence to close this case down, and say sorry for the troubles, while Tadano is so mad, now Kusanagi he thinking if there was a monsters around, said the students of here the magic is so low that can't kill a monsters even this world is peaceful, so he want to go out to check if there was a monsters around, now in the old city of Shibuya, Kusanagi using magic to run into the air to go there. Now he finally see the old city of Shibuya he rushed in there to find monsters, but couldn't sense any living monsters, but suddenly sense a monster's aura coming far away with human alone in there. Now he use a powerful magic to go in there and save the police women and he defeated the monsters in one blow and he say to the that to be careful next time, while the girl not finished to think him, Kusanagi leave her, and the girl is confused and say that the man is like a great magician but he didn't chance any spell. Now, while Kusanagi is in the air he say the hidden his face is right and because he is reincarnated person he don't want to stand up to her at that time because the monster's level is low and can't believe and he think that police magic level have also gone down a lot, and thinking that this people in this timeline have certainly become weaker that couldn't defeat any monsters, and he feels so disappointed not even to the student in the magic academy but also in the police who have the duties to save people but they couldn't protect their own self, but he said that this people even this time needs my help to protect them. Now he go to find a monsters and annihilate all of them this time around. After that in the school they measuring their magic power, while the teacher saying the instruction Mizuha-san and Kusanagi talking to each other, and the other said that this the first time they see Mizuha spoke to Kusanagi. Now that Mizuha approached Kusanagi, she introduced herself that she is the second daughter of noble house of Mizuha, whose name is Mizuha Yuika. But Kusanagi reaction is something what he don't understand what Mizuha say about magic house of noble, that's why Mizuha shouted and said you didn't know that his family is leading the four houses of the noble, the head of magician, but Kusanagi is wondering what is that and say the nobility back there on his time is not existing, and he never heard Mizuha family, and he saw that Mizuha magic power is not great, and for the family that have a luxurious and prominent their power is like lackluster, while Mizuha confused, and thinking that this guy is stupid, that can't understand what his is talking about, while in the side Tadano is jealous and mad at Kusanagi because of yapping on Mizuha. Now Kusanagi asks so what is the business that he have to that magic nobility that Mizuha say. Now Mizuha is irritating of the way Kusanagi talks, the more Mizuha get piss off, but he trying to calm himself for the dignity of a noblewoman like him and thinking what happened before Kusanagi hit by magic yesterday, his have no unscathed, and that there was a reason, and can't understand why, and ask Kusanagi to what happened yesterday, but the teacher announced that the students at the back to get ready. Now Kusanagi rushed to leave Mizuha, while Mizuha trying stop him, but Kusanagi doesn't care, and Mizuha say let's see if your true power after the assessment. Now Tadano is trying to show up in his power to stone measuring and got a 1000 magic power with the attributes of fire, while Kusanagi thinking that the measurement standard hasn't changed after so many years. Now the next who measuring his power is Mizuha, and she got 2000 magic power attribute water, while they classmate is amazed to him and the teacher speak that the two of them, Mizuha and Tadano they magic power are top class this year and said that the both of them would become great magician. Now they classmate is cheering them up, but Kusanagi is confused why 2000 magic power highest, and said this a much better than an amateur, are you joking? While Mizuha think that Kusanagi realize the power of Mizuha house is powerful, but she doesn't know that they magic is trash, that can't kill one monsters. Now Kusanagi saw that Mizuha is staring at him and making his face so proud, what the unbearable this, now this Kusanagi is the next who measuring his power, but his classmates saying a things about him that his is the lowest rank in the class and say that Kusanagi is good at studying, but his talent in magic is waste, while Tadano thinking that Kusanagi has no talent and trying to embarrassing himself in the front of everyone, and to his Mizuha, while Mizuha is to fold to himself and thinking how much magic power Kusanagi can do, and though that Kusanagi couldn't defeated him, now everyone is watching to Kusanagi. While Kusanagi thinking what he gonna do because showing so much he can get so much trouble and that is pain in the ass for him, but he said that can't hold back even a little bit. Now he place his on the measuring stone and realize in power Uera to give all that he got, and say if this stone can handle the power of great sage then go. While two students outside sense a powerful magic, all of them shock when the stone blast, and he say that nobody can sense his power magic, while the teacher asking if that everybody is alright, and said to Kusanagi that's he is lucky because he is in the middle of that explosion, and the teacher is thankfully cause everyone didn't hurt, and thinking why the measuring device got destroyed. Now they won't know what Kusanagi magic power and attributes, and then Kusanagi ask if that is bad, while the respond of the teacher that they can't decide on what Kusanagi group belong, but he said to Tadano to take Kusanagi to his group, while thinking bad on Kusanagi, and agree with showing his devil smile and said that he can rest assured. Now Tadano was whispering in his ear and said that he is looking forward to it, after that their class, they next session is to go to Old Shibuya. Now that they teacher explaining and smoking to them that the old Shibuya that there was a monsters that still inhabiting in the place and were severely destroyed by the calamity, and he say that this Shibuya is abandoned city and protecting by the police. In regular intervals magician to subjugate monsters her and also students of magic academy is required to help, and to eliminate all monsters, and say that more than half monsters killed by pro magicians so that they can't worry too much, while Kusanagi thinking that there was something wrong cause he has sensed some monster around, but that there was no sign of calamity and he took out all monsters in last night and so confused why monsters is showing up there. Now all of them is so excited to complete their class, but Kusanagi is worrying to them that they are so carefree, while Mizuha is staring at him. After that they started they practice, now but Tadano called Kusanagi and say to him to stay still and don't do anything to get in their way, while they arguing to each other, Tadano say why that Mizuha is so interested to him. Now Kusanagi realize and said to Tadano that you have feelings to Mizuha, but Tadano get mad and use magic power, but Kusanagi say that don't do it because a monster suddenly appeared at their back, and the three of them got scared and arguing to each other that if there was a chance of winning at that monsters, but Tadano say that he can win to the soldiers monsters. Now Tadano use his fire magic, but her magic doesn't affect and can't take even and scratch into the monster, while Kusanagi though that a level 1 magic couldn't defeat any monsters. Now three of them become fear and they can't do anything and feels that's they gonna die, and Tadano pee on his pants cause of fear, while the monsters starting to killing them. The monsters saw Kusanagi, and the monster suddenly stopped cause the monster's sense and aura to Kusanagi is so powerful. Now Kusanagi stepped forward spoke to the monsters that even the monsters can tell who is strongest. Now the monsters and Kusanagi started to fight, while they using their power. Three bullies say to Kusanagi that he cannot defeat that monsters and all them gonna die there. Now Kusanagi use level 2 magic rock break to defend the attack of the monsters, and he used level 1 fire arrow attack and the monster died in one hit. While Tadano is confused and thinking happened that he couldn't believe that Kusanagi defeated the monsters, but Kusanagi thinking that there was possibility that something is wrong cause monsters is appearing, and had doubt that many people are going died once again, now he clinging his hand and promised to save everyone, while three of the bullies alive, and the two of them couldn't believe that Kusanagi defeated the monsters that he has become different person, while Tadano is feel mad, and hit the wall, and they didn't know that Mizuha is spying them and saw everything.